Hello, everyone. My name is Tanya Mehta. I'm the Junior Fashion and Features Editor at Grazia. And today I welcome you to the Femina into Grazia Virtual Beauty Carnival. With us today, in conversation, we have Megha Asher, who's the co-founder and COO of Juicy Chemistry. So to start off with, Megha, what do you think are the reasons for the boom in the organic skincare over the last 2 or 3 years?
Like we say this quite often at Juicy Chemistry, not everything you see is actually organic. The word organic is actually misused quite a lot.
Right.
There is definitely a change in the mindset where people are shifting towards safer ingredients and they do want cleaner ingredients for their skincare. So that's one of the reasons why you do see a burst of natural and organic brands in the skincare industry at the moment, but it's not all organic. Yeah.
Right. And how closely is Ayurveda related to organic skincare? Would you consider organic skincare a step towards going back to our roots?
Absolutely. If it's done the right way, it is a step towards your root. It's about going back to ancient practices and trying to understand the beauty of each plant and what they have to offer.
Right.
And Ayurveda is all about pure raw ingredients.
Yeah.
Ayurveda did not know propylene glycol, it did not know parabens, it did not know any of those ingredients. So if you are a brand that is resonating to those kind of traditional practices, then yes, definitely organic is a step back to ancient lifestyle.
Right. And how do you think in the Indian culture, because we're so big on home remedies, how do you feel like that sets the stage for organic skincare?
See, this is where there is a lot of conflict, right? Because you might see a few ingredients on a product and think, "Acha, ye gharela nusko kar lenge," and it will be safe for my skin.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, a lot of times, those DIYs can go wrong. It's about understanding the cosmetic formulation as well, because there's a lot of thought and process that goes into it. Also, with sometimes DIYs and gharela nuskas, what I think is, people tend to abuse them because it's not really costing them much. People do tend to abuse it and in turn damage their upper layer, which can take a really long time to repair. So
Right.
that's one thing I feel is a conflict. It's not like organic can be compared to DIYs. There's
Right.
no correlation. Yeah.
Right. And how do you feel like what role do you feel popular, because now there's several e-commerce platforms. So what role do you feel like these platforms play in pushing the popularity of organic skincare in India?
If you're primarily talking about organic skincare, we have a long way to go, to be very honest, Tanya, because I would ideally like organic to be a separate sector altogether on all
Yeah.
these e-commerce platforms, because essentially organic gets pitted with natural and herbal, which
Sure.
makes no sense, because under the natural and herbal family, you can really get lost. So brands that are
Yeah.
actually striving to do completely organic work, it doesn't highlight. So I do feel there's a lot of work required in that segment. But nonetheless, natural beauty has taken over a storm right now.
Right. And how do you suggest consumers go about picking, the right product for their skin? Because that's something Juicy Chemistry specializes in as well.
Yeah, so we tell consumers it's very, very important to come and approach the brand for the
Yeah.
simple reason, like a tea tree oil. Everybody talks about a tea tree oil being great for acne prone skin, but how do you use it? Whether it's going to suit your skin or not is a very big question.
Right.
One cannot make generalized rules as far as skincare is concerned. And that's something we really take pride in, because we do like to guide our consumers. We do like to give them one product at a time kind of a philosophy, a very simplified routine. So that is a very important factor. There are so many ingredients, but sometimes an ingredient may just not work for some skins, and sometimes it may work beautifully. So trying to understand your skin and what may actually work for you is so important.
Right. And within the Indian market, what are the most popular ingredients, known to target issues faced by Indian skin?
So I know for a fact that there are herbs like licorice, hibiscus, neem,
Yeah.
orange peel, multani mitti that are doing really well.
Mm-hmm.
And a blend of these ingredients normally tend to show up in skin brightening face mask,
Yeah.
or maybe a hair oil as well. So these kind of ingredients are very popular as far as skin and hair care is concerned.
Right. And, you've spoken so much about picking the right thing for you and not just blindly going into this. So could you tell us a little bit more about, the negative repercussions a consumer can face by picking something that doesn't suit their skin?
So, one thing that I've realized is people are big on trends, right?
Yeah.
Everything they see on social media, and that's something I've repeatedly, through my post or through my DMs, I repeatedly talk to my consumers about that. Just because you've seen it doesn't mean it's for you.
Yeah.
Over exfoliation, application of certain ingredients in the wrong order can have bad reactions.
Yeah.
Another thing is an ingredient, something as simple as an aloe vera also may just not suit certain skin types. So patch test is extremely important. You can't assume that just because it's natural or organic, it's just going to 100% suit me. So that is a very important factor. It can really have negative repercussions, but if you do a patch test and you realize that something is not going right, instead of using the product because you have already bought it and you think, okay, what should I do with the
Yeah.
product? You can always use it on your body, or you can use it on your legs, or other parts of your body, but then damaging the skin barrier. But
Yeah.
that's something we do see sometimes consumers don't realize, and then that in turn leads to a larger damage. So any ingredient, it could be actives, it could be organic ingredients, anything can have a negative reaction if it's not meant for your skin.
Right. And, a lot of consumers are still skeptical of buying organic products because they feel like it's not effective enough. Unfortunately, I feel like that's the way it's marketed, or that's the way we've, been conditioned to buying certain brands since we've been in our teens. What do you have to say about this?
So Juicy Chemistry, that's something we've taken a lot of pride in, the fact that we are completely raw, not dependent on any synthetic derivatives, even if it's naturally derived, and the fact that each ingredient we use is backed by research
Right.
and formulated for efficacy. So now, besides just being organic and certified organic, we are now doing clinical studies
Hmm.
to showcase that while we have so many testimonials, we have so many people sending us before and after pictures of how they've had hair growing on a bald spot, or how their
Yeah.
skin, the acne has come under control. We are now taking it a next step. We want to do actual clinical studies that may last for anywhere between a month to 90 days, and then see what the results are and actually talk about that, because that is the best kind of proof that you can give to consumers, and it, I think, builds a lot of trust, because initially that's what was happening. It was like they're just using kitchen ingredients, but that's not it. There's so much to an ingredient than just naming it that it's a kitchen ingredient. So, for example, you talk about an AHA. We use sugarcane juice. We use fresh sugarcane juice. So instead of deriving AHA from sugarcane juice and formulating it into a product, we actually use fresh sugarcane juice, and we've created a soap cleanser, which is for natural exfoliation for the skin. So that's the kind of work we're doing at the moment, and we're really hoping that the clinical studies will give consumers a leap of faith that organic works.
Yeah. Yeah. And my last question to you is, where do you see the market for organic skincare going in the next decade?
It's, if it's done the right way, it can really boom. But I do see that there is a lot of there's a lot of back and forth as far as organic is concerned. Like I said, because the natural space has muddled it up really a lot by uh, marketing strategies sometimes don't work, right? So
Sure.
at Juicy Chemistry, that's one thing we've held high and made very clear to our consumers, that it's not about just using organic products, it's about maintaining an organic lifestyle. So
Yeah.
if people who are really into clean living, holistic living, all about sustainability, minimal use products, then definitely I see that trend on a rise.
Yeah.
And we are really hoping that it becomes a revolution, because it just means we're going back to our roots, and we're trying to normalize everything that's a mess at the moment. So,
Yeah, I feel like that's really apt for the situation we're in. I think we're all moving towards like leading cleaner lives,
absolutely.
going back to the old school way. So
Yeah.
I
I
feel
mean,
like,
see, for me, with Juicy Chemistry, we've gotten obsessed with reading labels. So,
yeah,
even food, I've become so conscious about what I buy,
absolutely.
what I put in my mouth. And honestly, I've never felt better. My health has never felt better. And I was a serial junk eater. So, for
Okay.
me, this was like a huge switch. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
Okay, great. Thank you so much, Megha, for chatting with us today. It's been a pleasure.
my pleasure. Thank you, Tanya.
Thank you so much. Have a nice
Take care.
day.
You too. Bye.
Thank you.